Right. It's crazy that it's been, what, 2 weeks since I went live with the 98 off season, so now it is time to start the 98-99 season. Sorry for such a delay, but we are good to go, coming off a three-peat for this crazy dynasty in Indianapolis. Got Shaq with back-to-back finals MVPs. Got a couple future Hall of Famers added to the team, although a lot of these guys aren't going to make the Hall of Fame because they're all shoved on one team. But it's still fun, right? It's all make-believe. So Peyton and Shaq still tied as best players. We got Kobe and Grant Hill, Garnett, Stockton as the elder statesman here. The original draft choice by the Pacers in this franchise. Fourth pick in '84, and he's been with the team the whole time. Pretty cool. We drafted Vince Carter and Dirk that was the seventh pick, and Vince was the second pick. Didn't think Dirk would fall that far, but he did. We got a couple veterans helping mentor in Ron Harper and Joe Dumars, a couple good defenders. So we got the mentors all set up, got the training ready to go, got the rotation ready. I took a few minutes away from people just as the season gets started, but you can see here we still got Peyton and Stockton starting. I didn't have the heart to move Johnny to the bench for Kobe, although Kobe's three better already and a scoring machine. You see what he did just less than half a game per 36, average 22, which on a team with all these guys is pretty crazy. Vince, as a rookie, is playing 12. I'm starting out with Ori in the rotation, but I imagine at some point that will be shifted to Dirk. A similar thing with Ratliff and Wallace. They're the same overall. I gave the nod to Ratliff in the rotation just because he did really well last year when I let him play before I traded for somebody a bit better at the trade deadline, which was Alonzo Mourning, I believe. So we'll give him a chance, and if Ratliff doesn't pan out, we'll sub him out for Wallace, and then we'll kind of adjust the minutes as we go, I think. But for now, that's the rotation. I tried to do it where we never have Ratliff. Yeah, we never have Ratliff and Ori in together because those are two non-scoring threats. So because of that, Garnett's always in when Shaq is out, which I like. And then I think Kobe's also in, except for like 1 minute, looks like in the fourth quarter. Kobe's always in when Shaq is out from a scoring standpoint. We always have Kobe or Hill in, so it's kind of neat that I was able to work it out that way. In the past, we always had either Stockton or Peyton in. Maybe not last year because I think Nash got to play a little bit, but giving Peyton a little bit more of a break, at least at the start of the season here. He averaged almost 37 minutes a game last year, and we have him starting out at 33. He's getting a little older. He's up to 30, so try to save his stamina. I don't remember if I did any of this training stuff. Looks like maybe I did. So we'll just get going. How about it? Let's get a Halloween victory in Denver, hopefully, to start off the season. Yes, sir. 17-point win. It's been a while, so I don't remember who's on what team, really. I see Isaiah Thomas is still playing. Looks like 14 minutes a game at age 37. Hopefully he's going to be calling it a career after this. He's played about, 5 extra years already. I think he retired after the 93-94, because it was right before the Pistons got Grant Hill, I think. So Eldon Campbell leads their team. It looks like this team's going to struggle to score, perhaps. Although they have Isaiah Ryder. He scores a lot sometimes. First game, Shaq is fifth. 13 points, only 5 for 13 shooting. Not great. But Kevin Garnett had a fantastic game. Peyton was good as well. Grant Hill was very efficient. A couple steals, couple blocks. Stockton made most of his shots. Kobe off the bench, 3 steals and 2 blocks. Oh my. Robert Horry making a 3. Everybody shot at least 50% except for Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe. So the 2 most prolific scorers didn't make most of their shots, but we still won. All right, let's keep rolling. We get 3 home games now. The Lakers, that's where Clark Kellogg ran off to. I was very disappointed in the offseason. I already have a loss. Wow, this team just lost by 19 points to the Grizzlies. Anyway, Clark Kellogg has been a Pacer since we started this thing. So he was a rookie in 82. So he'd already played a season before we started in 83, 84. And he's been with the team through all the championships, kept him in the rotation, playing, 17 minutes, I think, last year, something like that. Gave him a pretty good offer, and he ran off to LA for less money. So what was LA's record? They're 2-2. We'll see. It'd be kind of cool, I guess, if we meet them in the finals this year. I assume Kellogg's probably their starting power forward, I think, based on their roster. Shaq had a much better game in this one. Peyton shot a lot of shots, didn't make a lot of them. Stockton kind of the same way. Not sure what's going on there. Ralph 6-6. Let's see. They have Paul Pierce. I mean, just look at this team. It's pretty cool. Paul Pierce, Patrick Ewing. He's been there this is his 5th year. Won many awards and championships with the Pacers to start his career. They got Chauncey for his 2nd season. He's scoring a lot more. Dikembe signed as a backup. He's shooting 59% so far. So Clark is starting 28 minutes a game. There's no way he's going to sustain that. He's probably going to get hurt because his stamina is like maybe 70. So, 76. It says it's up 3, so they must have a stamina coach. Shooting 43%, but good luck, Clark. It hurt me that you left, but good luck. All right, here we are. 25-point win over the Cavs. Walt Williams leads the team. I don't know if anybody will notice, but I changed Brian Williams' name to Bison Dele because 98 was the year that happened. This is the team that did have Penny Hardaway, I thought. No, he was on the Sixers, wasn't he? Allen Houston only had 6 points on 2 for 15 shooting. GP leads the way. Shaq shot 6 times, but he shot 25 free throws and made 11 of them. Oh boy. 1 for 5 insanity down here. We'll probably go about a month before we check the stats to see if we need to make any switches. I am curious about this one, though. Losing by 19. They've only lost 1 game as well. Shaq's down there with 5 points. He fouled out, so that's probably a pretty good reason why we lost. Although, we're already down 10 after the first quarter. Ralph got 4 blocks in his extended playing time. Missed all 3 of his shots. Fouling out in 14 minutes. I don't think that would happen. But neither would this team, so 6 for 15 is not a great top. Oh my gosh, Miller and McDyess had 30 points. Reggie's averaging 21.5, shooting ridiculous percentages. Also, somebody who won lots of championships with the Pacers. We lost him in the expansion draft in 95 because we could only protect 8 people, and I thought that they would take a young guy instead of Reggie Miller, and I was wrong. So I was wrong. 35-point victory over the Kings, so we bounced back and demolished Sacramento, who had a pretty cool win in real life over the Warriors last night. Good game to watch. Kobe explodes for 33, 6 3-pointers. Gary Payton, 18, 7, 10, and 5. And 3 threes. Grant Hill was good. Nash made all 3 of his shots. Got 12 points in 14 minutes. I don't know why John Stockton's getting 7 turnovers. That's scary. And for the Kings, we got second-year Steven Jackson getting a little more PT, leading the team. Rick Fox getting 18 points. Holy moly, he's scoring a lot. He's been jumping all around. We drafted him in 91, traded him to the Bulls. I think that was the Dikembe trade, I believe. Hawks, Celtics, Jazz last year, now Kings. This is where morning is now. after. He became... No, he didn't become a free agent. We traded him to get the 7th pick, or to get Dirk. I think they had already drafted Dirk, and then they offered him when I put Mourning in the trade finder, so hopefully he's going to explode back to what he was doing. Yeah, he's playing 33 minutes a game again, so it was really me that was holding him back when he was on the Pacers. Okay, keep going. Only 2 games this week. Only a 9-point win over the Blazers, who are 3-6. Rick Smith's with a big 21-12. He's averaging 20 points a game. They still got Larry Johnson going. He started with the Knicks, and then I think he was one of the guys. He was the first pick, and they didn't accept his team option and his rookie contract. It was really weird. Oh, this is Bibby's first year as well. So rookie Bibby looks like he's getting a start. Shaq 27, 14, and 4. Garnett also had 4 blocks. We had 15 blocks as a team. Gary Payton was 1 for 15. Oh my. We didn't shoot very well for at least some of the people. These guys at the bottom shot terribly. Stockton didn't score or get a rebound. And then 28 over the Nets, who I think, well, they have a pretty cool roster. I'll show you. So we got Hill with 26, 6, and 5. We're getting some cool stat lines. Peyton shot not very well again. Big shot Bob with 9 points. Garnett only 8 and 4 rebounds. Not sure what's up with that. So they already had Olajuwon. This is his 4th year in New Jersey. He spent some time in Portland and 3 years in Boston. Now he's in New Jersey. He's not scoring that much. He's only shooting 39% for some reason. They already had Richmond. They signed Cummings last year. And now they signed Magic Johnson. And I made him a small forward because he's 39 years old. And I thought that would make sense. And they already have Terrell Brandon at 81 overall. So he's averaging 20 points in his first year as a net. So he left Philly. So their starting lineup's pretty cool. Brandon Richmond, Magic, Cummings, and Olajuwon. And even if they don't start Cummings, they also have Horace Grant. He's a couple worse, but he's been jumping around throughout his career. I forgot. Now that we got some home games going, I think I will go ahead and look at stats to see if minutes need adjusted. So Stockton's shooting terribly so far, but he doesn't shoot that much. Peyton's shooting terribly. Nash is shooting amazingly, so maybe Nash has earned another minute somewhere. Let's go ahead and do that. Stockton's only playing 6, and don't really know where that would be. Probably here, but that gives, well, we'll have to see how Vincinity's doing. See if that makes sense. It didn't give Nash a minute, but it did take one away from Stockton. Hill's amazing. Try to look kind of position by position. Kobe's amazing. Carter's amazing. So Carter did earn that. Don't really need to adjust anything there unless Kobe's taken one from Peyton, which could happen here. Could also just make Nash take one from Peyton. Let's do that here. All right. Garnett doing pretty similar to what he did last year, shooting a little bit worse compared to Ori as the backup. Only 41%. We'll give him a month total and see if he needs to be subbed out. But we probably can give at least a minute to Garnett. I don't know why it's not suggesting he play. That's weird. Let's give another one to Mr. KG. He can do it here. So let's do it in the first. And now Shaq shooting 65% again. Scoring's down a little bit, but I kind of expected him to shoot a little bit less, as much as I don't want him to. His free throws are awful again. Ratliff's only shooting 42, so we're going to give another minute to Shaq as well. Probably right here. And I think I'm going to save that rotation as well, so I don't get an injury and screw that up. Well, I'm sure I'll get an injury, but I don't have to remember what I did. All right, moving on. We got 5 straight home games. Was that home too? It was. 6 straight home games over a period of 3 weeks. Cool. Barely beat the Celtics in a super low-scoring game. They're 6-5. Shaq was great. Garnett 17 and 17, didn't shoot well. Peyton continues to struggle. Grant Hill was really bad. Kobe was really bad. This was a weird game. Ori and Rattles's percentages got even worse. This is not a very good team. It doesn't look like they can score more than 86 points. They got Aaron McKee possibly leading their team in scoring. It really might be. It looks like it. I got everybody like 10 or above, though. Then we pull out a 28-point win over the Raptors. Grant Hill leads the way. His percentage, other than that last game, has been fantastic. Stockton hasn't been getting as many double-doubles the last few years because he's not scoring as much, but that's all right. Get those assists. Although with Hill and Garnett and Nash and Peyton, the assists have certainly gone down as well. Down to 9.5 now. Rashid with 25 and 11 leading the way. Then we beat the Hornets by 11. Shaq leads the way, got 4 blocks. Peyton, much better. Kobe only missed 2 shots. Very nice. Alright, we will try to get up to December here. Beat the Magic by 8. Shaq leads the way again. I like that. Peyton, another good shooting game. Hill shot 21 times. Didn't make half of them. Robert Horry 4 for 4. That'll help his chances of keeping his rotation spot. Ratliff with a good one. Stockton lots of assists. The Magic, D. Brown scores 27 points. He's averaging a career high. What in the world? Jermaine O'Neal evidently is about to turn into an all-star Jermaine O'Neal in the matter of a season. Stanley Roberts randomly with 18 points. Well, Jermaine has to score, and D. Brown. This team's not looking great. Let's get through the Mavericks game. 22-point win over the Mavs. They're only 3-14. Oh my. Kobe leads the way off the bench. Hopefully he's going to be in the 6th man running because he scored over 20 several times. Shaq with 7 blocks. Stockton with another double-double. Who's on the Mavs? They drafted Larry Hughes, only shooting 38%. I think did they trade for LaFonso? For some reason, I think that was maybe a draft day trade. Clyde at age 36 in his 4th year with Dallas continues to go down. He is officially retiring, probably for the best. Joe Smith, pretty consistent player. All right, let's go see the November happenings. Nothing happened transaction-wise. Okay. Injury-wise, Ken Norman was already hurt. He's a free agent. Rick Fox, who I was saying was having a great year, although that definitely settled down, has dislocated his right patella, so he will not be playing for quite a while. Darrell Armstrong, ouch. Rex Chapman, who might have been starting at shooting guard for them, He at least was playing a lot. Hurts their chances a bit. Penny has a broken wrist. Continues to average 13 points a game. Alright, the first awards. We got Kidd and Duncan, Sabonis and Weber, Shaq and Robinson, Pip and Marbury, Kidd and Big Dog. So just a variety pack here. Other than Jason Kidd, they're all different people. The month goes to Kidd and Duncan, and then Tim Hardaway and Weber. So Hardaway never got a Player of the Week yet. He got Player of the Month, so it must have been very consistent. Rookies, we got Doliak and Pierce, Jason Williams and Bibby. I know that I have two of the better rookies, but what's Michael Doliak doing? Assuming the Knicks don't really have anybody. Let's see if we have any extensions to give. Shaq and Ori are eligible at some point, but they haven't decided yet. Shaq has 2 years left still, though. Let's get stats. After 12 games, Shaq's at 22, 11 and a half. We got Kobe off the bench, second leading scorer. Wow. He was behind Hill and Peyton last year, and barely Garnett. And now he's second and shooting amazingly. Somehow it's hurting Peyton. Not sure why he's shooting so poorly. He was almost 50% last year, and now he's 43. Very weird. Stockton's, I think his started bad last year and eventually got better, so hopefully that happens this time as well. Their percentages did go up. This is the first time we let Ori play, half a year a few seasons ago. So this is really his big chance. I think somebody was hurt that year. Ratliff we're going to let go. We'll take it month by month. And who knows when an injury is going to happen. Is there anything I want to do here? Peyton is struggling, but I don't know why. He's playing 6 minutes of point guard. Hill, if he wasn't doing so well, I'd give more minutes to Kobe, but I think actually I can give, well, Carter's doing well too, so I think I'm just going to leave it as is. I am curious, just real quick, who the league leaders are. Allen Iverson's averaging 28 points per game. He keeps moving up. Tim Duncan in his second year is up to 25 points per game. Isaiah Ryder's over 20. Rodney Rogers is ahead of Michael Jordan. Rebounds-wise, Garnett's 11th, Shaq is 7th. Weber leads the way. Assists, Muggsy Bogues, look at him go. Age 33, getting 12 assists per game. Kidd, Marbury, Stockton is 4th. Small forward Magic Johnson has not announced his retirement yet. Please retire, Magic. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool when he doesn't, but I am going to take a look at the training. So let's do, so after a back-to-back, I like the body work, probably not medium. Fatigue is pretty high. That's scary. But I did just play a game, so that might be part of it. Try to do some lower things here. We'll do some conditioning. And probably don't need a scrimmage. I don't know how much this stuff really matters, but when people get hurt, I don't like it. Although with this team, yeah, got plenty of people that can play. So we got our first scouting of the year. Here is the 99 draft class. We got Francis Baron Davis, Rip Hamilton, Manu, Sean Marion, Ron Artest, Elton Brand. Center is a pretty weak position. Odom, Andre Miller. We got Jet, Kirilenko. Guess I could just go down the list. Wally Zerbiak. I'm going to pick Maggette over Bender. There we go. And we lose, and Kevin Garnett won't be playing anymore. Okay then. Fractured right leg, and he is out for the season. Kevin Garnett has not missed a game in his career up to this point. Oh boy. He was averaging a little more per 36, even though he was shooting a lot worse. It's because he was shooting a little bit more. Well, Big Shot Bob is going to get some starts here. I don't know how much he started. He has not started a game in his career yet, so we're going to see how that goes. Hopefully, scoring-wise, it helps, because Ori doesn't have to shoot all that much. I don't think I want Ratliff and Wallace, so I think maybe I do. Maybe I do. Let's give Wallace a chance. We've got Dirk here ready to go, but he is another scorer, and I don't think that's what this team needs. And I think we can do a rotation similar to where Ratliff and Wallace are not playing together. Alright, let's switch here. Alright, so Ori's obviously not playing 34 minutes. Wallace comes in, plays, let's say, the rest of the quarter. Same here. 27 for Ori. I guess Ratliff could play some power forward too. Kind of want to see what Ben Wallace does. Let's try that. Let's try that. I think I'm just going to have to do this. Alright, Ben Wallace goes from playing how many games in his career? 15. He's played 1 minute this year to playing 21. Oh boy. And Ori hopefully has stamina to do this. 91. Okay, he can do that. He hasn't quite earned that many minutes, but we'll see what he can do. But losing by 15 to the Nets is not a great look. Then we get a couple wins, very close wins. The Nets are 12-6, so I think the Nets are definitely a threat in the East with this cool lineup they have going on. What's Magic averaging? 10 and 8. Shooting a little better than he did last year. Last year was just awful on the Hornets. Olajuwon shooting better, hopefully, yes. Kobe, there's Garnett. He had 15 and 6. Couple blocks before he broke his leg. Vince Carter at 11 points in 14 minutes. Shaq, that'd be a reason we lost. 4 of 12, only 10 and 9. Gary Payton had 10 turnovers. I've seen that very rarely on this game. I've seen 9 a few times. I don't even remember seeing 10. Maybe it's happened. Cavs are decent. I don't remember seeing Pippen last game. Might have been hurt. Look at him, 54%. Percentage took a step down last year, but now it's back to normal. Houston, who had like 6 points last game, now is at 29. Shaq bounces back. Grant Hill with a nice game. Peyton not with 10 turnovers. Ori got 6 assists, shot 2 for 7. You need to not do that. Ben Wallace's first game in the rotation goes 1 for 6. Oh boy. Then we beat the Bulls by 2. Hill and Shaq. Ori was 4 for 10. Ben Wallace had 12 rebounds and 2 blocks in 19 minutes. I mean, that's what we want him to do. Didn't score. Missed both his free throws. The fact that we're winning by not very much is not a great look. I'm kind of wondering if Ben Wallace might be better off starting next to Shaq. I don't know. I like Ori will at least be around the perimeter most of the time. Tim Hardaway's averaging 24 points per game. This is a neat team. Bulls almost always have a pretty cool roster. I guess I need to just give it some time here. Here we go. A couple home games. They were huge wins, so maybe it just took a little getting used to. There's a 32-point win over the 5-17 Hawks. It helps when you play terrible teams, too. Shaq, Hill, and Peyton. All over 20. Ben Wallace. Ralph was 0 for 4. I'd rather you just not shoot like Wallace. Ori continues to go about 40%. Jamison, the 4th pick, gets 24 points. It's pretty much him and Allen. They got the Junkyard Dog. Drazen at age 34. And then 36-point win over the Suns, who are 10 and 13. Grant Hill explodes for 36. Shaq with 27. I feel like if he didn't have that one game where he scored like 6 points or whatever it was, and he had another with like 10, his average would be really good. Hey, Ori's 4 for 4. Didn't shoot a 3 though. Ralph goes 2 for 2. We got Iverson and Stackhouse. Stackhouse very consistent with his 18 points. Shooting worse though, or else it'd be higher. That's about all they have scoring wise. Rodman 37, still not retiring. Shooting pretty awful for the Suns. Alright, we play Michael Jordan this week for the first time this year. But we got a scout again. Barely beat MJ in the Heat. Beat the Rockets by 13 though. They're just over 500. Sam Cassell with 21 points. He's averaging 18. Every year his points per game have gone up for the Rockets. They like him as their point guard. Sean Kemp in his first full year on the Rockets, averaging 20 and 12 and a half. Wow. I mean, not a lot of scores. They got Eddie, 17, so he's having a career year. 2 guys that the Pacers traded to them. There we go. Only 4 rebounds. That's weird. We only had 40 as a team. Ori 1 for 5. Wallace 1 for 3. I don't know. Dirk might be finding his way in the rotation here. We'll check it at the new year. Hill and Shaq. Kobe only missed 1 shot. There's Ben Wallace, 8 and 6. Stockton struggled. Ratliff didn't do much. MJ got 20. His average has gone down since we looked at it. This is their first year with Sabonis, who is going to take some possessions away from Jordan. They also have Chris Mullin. That's fun. And Nick Van Exel. So a lot of scores around MJ's. Not great for his points per game. They need more role players than shooters. Beat the Hornets. Keith Van Horn in his second year is averaging 23 points per game. Wow. Shaq with 6 blocks. Peyton 7 of 19. Kobe only 1 for 6 but made 9 free throws. Alright. We got a Christmas game at untelevised against the Knicks. Because the Knicks are probably terrible. Yeah, 7 and 16. .31 win over the Spurs, who are one of the best teams in the West, it looks like. Kobe leads the way with 27. Gets to the line. We had 4 guys with 20. That's nice to see. Big Dog leading the way. Back over 25. Now 26 points per game, shooting 64%. His threes are ridiculous. He's 86 at them. We got Twan scoring as well. Kenny Anderson's been a Spur for life. 27 over the Clips, who are also a good team in the West. Shaq goes with 36 and 12. 3 steals, 3 blocks. Only missed 1 shot, but did miss 8 free throws. Some good scoring in this one. Ori was struggling, though. Danielle Marshall leads the team. He's averaging 14. Mailman's averaging 19. And the Admiral, 21.3, the highest he's done for the Clips so far. Annihilated the Knicks by 37. Charles Barkley, still not scoring all that much, but he's now 35, and this is like end of the road Charles Barkley. About to be an analyst on TNT, Charles Barkley. No wonder Doliak is getting rookies of the month, because they don't have all that much going for him. Shaq does, though. 28, 11, 6 blocks, 5 assists. Wow. Kobe was another amazing game. We had 44 assists in this one. That's good stuff. Ratliff didn't make a shot. The Magic have won 6 games, so that's the Jermaine O'Neal team. Averaging almost 20 points, but so is Steve Brown. That's about all they have. Got Wallace down there at the bottom, missing all his shots. 5 blocks for Ori. Didn't shoot a shot, but got himself 5 blocks. Peyton, I was hoping to get a triple-double at some point with either Hill or Peyton. Garnett would have been another option, but he's missing a leg right now. All right, we got a New Year's Day game against the Celtics. We lost to the Sonics by 2. And then beat the next 2 teams. So the Sonics were 13 and 16. This is the Tim Duncan team. Based on the record, I'm not sure why I'm losing, but I can see stat-wise why. 1 for 10. We had a 6 for 17. 1 rebound from a triple-double, though, after I just said I was hoping to get a triple-double. These guys combined for 2 for 9. Not a good-looking game. Meanwhile, Duncan, 29 and 21. Guessing that's a career high in rebounds. He has a 45-point outing as well this year. Iverson has the league high with 46. He shot 37 times one game. It wasn't this one. Isaiah Ryder's made 7 threes. Bogues had 19 assists. So the rebound's 22 for Weber. So Duncan almost got there. Wait, was it his high though? It was his career high. Oh my, Timmy. Come back. So that was at home. Where were my other losses? That was away. And that was at home. So 2 of our 3 losses are at home. But we beat the Warriors by 17 the next night. I don't know that Peyton's percentage is going up. I feel like it's probably around the same still. Grant Hill, not much scoring there. Marbury's averaging 22.5 and 10 assists. Wow. We got Bruce Bowen gets to play. Oh, I guess he has been playing. Played for the Wizards the last couple of years. Or Bullets, maybe. Oh, and then 30-point win on New Year's over the Celtics. This is the team that lacks scoring. Kobe 5 for 15. All right, let's go look at some stats again, see if we need to make any changes. But first, we did have a trade right before the new year. Felipe Lopez for Papa Jones in a second. What a blockbuster. Well, it doesn't say season anymore for Garnett, so I guess there's a chance he comes back. This is January. He could come back in the playoffs, I guess. Season ends in April. We'll see. Earl Brandon. So maybe Magic should be their point guard again. They might start him anyway. I left his second position as point guard. Weber beating Shaq, and it looks like he should be. He's beating him in everything except blocks. And probably team record, but we'll see. Got both Robinsons here. And Duncan. Rookie of the Year, Pierce Bibby, Williams, Olowokandi, and Anton. I think it'd be awesome if Olowokandi got it. Doesn't look likely, though. 6-man, Kobe is first, ahead of Syrup, Potapenko, Sprewell, and Williams. Kobe Bryant averaging 26.5 per 36. He's still very, very happy. So, I kind of want to give him more minutes. Probably would be a good idea. Shaq second defensive player ahead of Hakeem, behind Robinson. Most improved, well, yeah, that makes sense. Haven't looked at McGrady. Not quite most improved worthy, I don't think. Jermaine absolutely is. Chauncey's up 6 points, and Eddie Jones is doing crazy things. So, yep. Season awards, we looked up to here, so we got Sheed and Weber. Sabonis gets another one with Duncan. Shaq did get another. Kenny Anderson, McGrady, Weber. Players of the Month, Shaq got one, along with Duncan. And rookies, Jamison and Pierce. First look at the All-Star voting in the West. Kenny Anderson leading the way. I don't see any reason why he'd be above Iverson, but maybe it's team record. Marbury, Johnny Starks. He made it with the Hornets, and I think he made it last year with the Bulls, so trying to make an all-star team with his third different team. David Wesley's down here as well. Oh my. In the front court, Weber and the Robinsons. So Duncan's like third in MVP voting, but can't be an all-star starter. I guess because he's only in his second year. Durham. And in the East, GP is in third. Looks like that's where he belongs. Jordan, we got Muggsy, who tore his MCL, so probably won't qualify to lead the assists per game category anymore. Stockton and Kobe are down here at the bottom, probably not going to make it. And in the front court, Shaq is behind Olajuwon. I don't really see why, other than he's one overall better, so I guess that gives him more votes. Grant Hill's 7th. And he's not quite putting up the stats Pippin is. He's scoring more and assisting a little bit more, but behind on the others. Alright. Did Shaq decide to stay with the Pacers yet? No, but Robert Horry will. But he's shooting 39% and probably about to be taken out of the rotation. Wow. I didn't realize he was doing that bad. As a starter, he's shooting 36%. And doing terrible three-pointers, which is part of the reason I put him in. Okie doke. Well, they'll go ahead and take care of that. We're going to let... Well, he's only shooting 43%. But a much better defender and rebounder. 90 and 88. 90. Where's consistency? Help is 85, 83. His rebounding is 70, 65. His defense is good, but not quite Ben Wallace good. I guess I don't need to do it here. How's Theo doing? 45. I think we're going to put Dirk in for Ori. Since Ori's struggling so much, let's give Dirk his first action. So Wallace starts. Ori for Dirk. And then I think we're going to let Ratliff play a little bit of power forward. So here's where we don't want Ratliff and Wallace in together. That doesn't make much sense. Just move Orion down. So I gave you a chance, Robert. You started half the games. You shot terribly. Alright, so we want Wallace in with Shaq mostly. Dirk in with Ratliff would be good. Although Wallace will take rebounds from Shaq. How tall is Ratliff? 6'10". Wallace is only 6'9", I think. Probably not even that, realistically. I was just thinking Ratliff can play some power forward as well. Like that. And then try to mirror Wallace with Shaq a bit. Well, that's a lot of playing time for Ratliff in a row. I mean, Dirk with Shaq is kind of nice as well. But then the problem is that puts Wallace and Ratliff in together, so trying to avoid that. Probably need Ratliff closer to the end of the game. Let's give Dirk a shot in the fourth. Why not? Okay. What else do we need to look at? Guards. Stockton's percentage has gone way up since last we looked. Peyton's is about the same as I expected. Nash is amazing. I don't want to take more minutes. He's already down to 32. Huh. Carter, his threes are awful, but otherwise great. Kobe needs some more minutes. Maybe I do take him from Peyton until he gets better. Hill could play more too. Alright. Well, if Hill is playing more, There's only a couple spots it could be. It could be here. Sure. And then I want Kobe to take one from Peyton. Probably here. He's only playing 6 minutes, though. Whatever. All right. So Ratliff stays ahead of Dirk. Ben Wallace is now playing 26 minutes. We're going to see how that goes. That's kind of scary. Is there anywhere else we should be taking some away? Probably. Yes. Here. And I don't know. We got Ratliff and Wallace in here together. I don't like that. To start the fourth. But if it's Dirk, then that means that could be like that, I guess. Let's do that. So 23, 20, and 18. Let's go for it. Alright, so let's look at this stuff. Let's do a little conditioning. Team system. Study film. This should be something individual. Let's do some body work. Let's do team system. Okay. Finish that week out. Oh, I didn't look at the mock draft here. Oh boy. Pacers have a lot of picks this year. Forgot to start out the video with that. Definitely don't need all these people. It's a deep draft, not like a stellar top of the draft, but a lot of good players. And the Pacers have like half of the draft thanks to trading for future picks every time we had a pick. Or trading players for picks, and now they're all happening. So, stat-wise, Kobe is now third. So Hill moved up. I guess Garnett getting hurt helped Hill's scoring, which makes sense. Hopefully Peyton's percentage can go up a bit. Hope it's not like upsetting him that he's not playing as much. Alright, let's get through this week. Theo Ratliff has a bruised rib. Well, I guess Ori's going to play then. Whoops. There we go. And then Wallace actually has to be the center. Anytime Ori has that. Okay. Oops. Ori. Dirk. Ori. I'll let Ori play the fourth, I guess. Oh well. Probably need both. 28 minutes for Ben Wallace. Kind of scary. Hopefully not for very long. Probably do one game this way. I won't worry about taking Ralph out. Maybe not one game. I didn't save that other lineup, did I? No, I sure didn't. But I also didn't know how well it would work. So this is where I needed Dirk. And we had Ratliff, Dirk, something like that. Probably not exactly, but whatever. Alright, we're going to save that now. Although I did another one for Hill and Kobe. Save that as the no KG. Shaq here real quick. I think 35 should be fine for him for most of the season. So Ratliff missed 2 games, I think. Both victories, though. Beat all 4 of the teams that week, so 17-point win over the Nuggets. 4 guys with 20. Shaq with 16 boards. Stockton 1 for 8. Dirk 1 for 6. Is that his first game? Oh boy. Lost his first start. Didn't have to shoot. That's good. 8 boards. And it didn't take away from Shaq. 22-point win over the Bulls. Timmy's average is still at 23. Still shooting over 50%. He's done it every single year of his career. Oh boy. Shaq with 35 in that one. Grant Hill only had 11. Dirk 3 for 10. Wallace did shoot in this one. 1 for 6. This was when Ori got to come back in. Made his only shot, which was a 3. I guess, did Ori play in this one? No. Beat the Heat by 8. Jordan had all sorts of scoring. This was an overtime. PJ Brown with a double-double. Grant Hill leads the way with 31. Nobody fouled out for either team. Or no, Chuck Person fouled out randomly. This is Ratliff coming back. Decent. Wallace 13 and 4. Dirk had his first good game, it looks like. Alright, so we'll keep going here. 5-game week. It's the first one of those, I think. Some more scouting to do. We have our first trade offer of the year, Sean Bradley and a first for Ben Wallace and Joe Dumars. I will say no to that. We lost another game. Sean Bradley and a first for Ben Wallace. Why are we doing the same thing again, guys? Derek Fisher and a first for John Stockton. While it would be neat to trade Stockton to the Jazz, I guess, somewhat, he needs to be a Pacer forever. So our 4th loss comes against the Jazz. 39-point win over the Wizards. Start out the week. McGrady had 26 on me. Stoudemire's averaging 20 again. Hill and Shaq, Peyton and Kobe. Carter had 18. That's probably a career high. So far, sure is. Vince Happy with his 13 minutes a game he's getting. Per 36, it's over 20 points. That's cool. Stockton with a double-double. Ralph and Wallace both did well. Not so much Dirk, although he had 3 steals and 8 rebounds. Almost beat the Cavs by 30. Shaq with 5 assists. GP with a nice game. Vince Carter back-to-back career highs, 18 points. He's having fun. Dirk 2 for 2 and made his 3. Wallace 13 boards, 4 blocks. Ralph 3 blocks. Shaq 3 blocks. I like it. Samaki Walker scored 22 points. I again do not see Scottie Pippen, so he's hurt again, it seems. The Jazz are good, at least. This is the Chris Webber team. 32, 12, 4, 3, and 3. Oh, boy. So he's got his eyes set on MVP, it seems. Fisher's who they were trying to trade me. He is not doing very well. Probably by about next year, he might be about the same overall as Stockton, but doesn't have nearly the badges, I'm sure, and definitely not the experience. Shaq with 37. I think it's the most anybody's gotten on my team so far this year. 1 for 10 Dirk, 1 for 6 Wallace, 0 for 5 Stockton. Some terrible shooting by some guys here. 24-point win over the Hornets. Van Horn's average hopefully went down a little. Looks like it did. They were trying to trade me Sean Bradley, who can barely shoot 40% at best. Shaq back-to-back monster games. Kobe 23. Peyton 2 for 13 for some reason. Dirk's percentage is going to be like 30%, I think. Beat the Magic by 11. Probably need to be beating them by more. Jermaine's gone down to 18. D's gone down under 17, so their scoring's just gone down, it seems. Shaq 7 of 17. I don't know what's wrong with Gary Payton. Like, does he need to play more? Is that a thing? If he doesn't play his more minutes, he can't shoot well. I don't know. Dirk was awful again. We are having more trouble with some of the guys than we've ever had before. Stockton went back down. That was up to 48. Now it's below 45. Per 36, he's getting more assists and the same points. Peyton has the little battery logo on him, but he does say sluggish, but he's not playing nearly the minutes he has. It's 4 minutes fewer than he did last year. And his stamina is 97, so I don't understand why he can't do it. What was his percentage now? Under 43 again. Grant Hill's been consistent the whole year. Ben Wallace is shooting 41%, but getting crazy rebounds and over 2 blocks per 36. Shaq's getting a career high almost in points, and is a career high in rebounds, tying it in blocks, and field goal percentage is awesome. Free throw continues to be below 50. Kobe's amazing. Like, the decision was between starting Stockton or Kobe, but so far it's like, should I start Kobe over Peyton? Or what he's doing. Rao's up to 47%, so he can probably take some more minutes from Wallace. Dirk needs to be benched because he's much worse than Ori. Holy moly, so much worse than Ori. That says 26%. Like, seeing 30 would have been really sad, but it's even lower. So, let's go switch them back. I mean, it could have to do with who he's in with. He's like too much of a focal point. I don't know. We're going to make... let's let Ori play those. And Shaq, I was thinking could take another one until the All-Star break. Let's do it here. It's a lot of minutes for Ratliff. What is that? 4, 5, 10? That's probably as many as he should have. Maybe till the All-Star break we just take another one from Peyton. 30 minutes for a 90 overall player. That's really sad. But Nash has been doing well, so we'll do it. Dirk, you're about to go back on the reserve list because you just were pathetic. Alright, let's get up to the trade deadline here. We lost again. Beat the Kings by 12, though. Or, sorry, 22. They're not very good, though. Lonzo, 16 and 8 on 2.5 blocks. Shooting 50% for the first time in his career. Like, way better than he's ever done. Sometimes it's about the people you're with and your playbook and your scheme and all that stuff. We almost had 4 guys with 20 in that one. Peyton was much better. Horry came in and did his usual 1 for 4 stuff. Did have 3 steals. Pistons are really good. So was Shaq. Peyton was good. Only had 3 assists for some reason. Kobe not so much. 1 for 8. These guys didn't make a shot. Not much support here. So Kidd, scoring's down, assists and rebounds are up. His shooting is still really good. Threes are down quite a bit. This is where we traded Mashburn. So he spent a year away from Detroit. And now shooting 53%. Otis Thorpe is 36. Doesn't say he's retiring yet. Alright, well, trade block wise, seems like Robert Horry should probably be on that. I guess I don't need to do the trade block. I can just try to trade. Let's make sure. Hey, Shaq will resign, so let's go ahead and get that done. As many years as possible. So 3 years is the max we can give him. What's he making right now? 8. 8.04, so let's do 8. Bird year, sure. Okay. Don't know that he's ever going to go above the 90-91 he's been, so. Alright, now, let's go ahead and put Robert Horry on trade. And maybe Ben Wallace as well, and see if we can get somebody to more suitably replace Garnett. I don't know what we'd be looking for. It'd be like a Dirk that has more experience. Just kind of Kevin Garnett, but it's funny that I could consider trading Gary Payton too. Oh, don't need a guard. Camby's not that guy. Charles Barkley could be that guy. That's an interesting thought, although it'd be a very short-term idea. Rodney Rogers is interesting as well. They would come in and be the starter and the backup to replace these guys. Rogers shoots a little too much. I want somebody that can shoot but doesn't have to. We get Mutombo back for another Pacer stint like we did with Morning. I don't think LaFonso can shoot here. Oh, God, no. 47 threes. Sean Kemp, bring him back. He scores too much as well. Gugliotta could be that. He's 71 at threes, 99 at mid-range. That one's interesting. Nick Anderson's who we had for a year, but he would not have a place on this team with Kobe and Carter. Larry Johnson cannot shoot threes. Maybe I should go through and see. Let's take a little trip around the league. Like a Kukoc could be good. Maybe not as a starter. Twan shoots too much. If I need to bring Rodman back, he was a Pacers draft pick. He's not a shooter, but he also doesn't have to score. Ori and Dumars for Rodman and a first. That's not terrible. Not trading Dirk. He's 4 stars. Maybe I should trade Dirk. Googs is 1 year. Give me an Ori deal and I might just do it. Wallace and Dumars. Wallace is 3 stars and 5 years younger. Does give me a first round pick though. Nash, Dirk, Carter. Wallace. I mean, the fact that he doesn't shoot that much makes his field goal percentage, I can kind of put up with it because he's such an elite defender and rebounder. Ori's not really elite anything. Got a Michael Jordan yet? Nope. Coleman, he's 69 at threes. Let's just see. Nothing. Wow, okay. Detlef, he's 97 at threes. Can he be on my team? Elliott and Harper. Neither one of those guys are playing, so that's interesting. Can we do Ori and Harper or something like that? Because Detlef Schrempf, he probably can't move at all. He's not terrible at defense. He's not going to rebound. But hopefully Shaq and Hill will. His defense is 91 consistency. Oh my gosh, he can't move at all. He has no business being a small forward still. His stamina is only 75. Oh. Maybe not. We got Tim Thomas. He can make threes. They want Vince Carter though. Probably not. Keep on looking. Bucks best players, Dale Davis, Rafe LaFrance. Can shoot threes, 77 at them. Doesn't necessarily have to be threes. I just want somebody that can stretch the floor a little bit. Certainly more than Ben Wallace. It's looking kind of difficult. This isn't really the era where that was a common thing. A first and Dumars for Clifford Robinson. He's 73 at threes, but a pretty dynamic player. His consistency is great. His defense is great. His rebounding is decent. He can move certainly more than Shrimp, and he still has some stamina. That might be worth looking at. If I can get an Ori for Robinson deal lined up, we might just do that somehow. How much was he shooting? Not much, but like he's just not making things. And his contract's about to be up, so. Alright, so Robinson on the Celtics is looking like the Best option right now. Marshall probably shoots too much. Not as good at threes either. Jamison's too young. Forgot that Dominique's still playing. He's finally retiring, but one last year here with the Jazz. Trying to get a championship. Barkley's only 65 at threes. Ori for Barkley and a second. That's interesting. It would be fun just to see if we can get a title for Chuck here. He's got good mid-range, 99 IQ, 90 consistency. His defense is still respectable. Rebounding still very good. Can't move. His stamina is still 86. I mean, Ori for Barkley in a second. If I'm looking for a replacement for Kevin Garnett, I mean, might be stuck with him for another year, but it's kind of like, I mean, I was going to have Kellogg on the team. So Barkley comes in to be the new Kellogg. Speaking of that, can I trade for Kellogg yet? I can. Oh, he doesn't say he's retiring. He's averaging 10 points. That would be just hilarious if I trade for him. His percentage continues to go down, though. His threes are about the same as Clifford Robinson. Corey and Dumars are getting me players. All right. I think we have the two people we're looking at. So Barkley, we already have their draft pick. I'd love to have that pick, but I can't. So Ori's going to be a free agent anyway. I barely have any hard cap room to do this. Oops. I don't think they have a first they can trade, no. I don't know why they would do it. A trade exception is available. Add exception. So I can, what trade exception do I have? Morning and Mashburn. Dumars and it's okay. Let's go back. We're gonna make Chuck and Shaq teammates. That's gonna be funny. Ori swap. Ori Dumars for Mirasan. That gives them the best. Okay, so what was the deal that they just... Ori an exception for Barkley in their second. That's pretty much what I want to do. Because I don't want George Mirasan. Let's make sure it's the right exception. Of course they want a counteroffer. Oh my gosh. I assume it's the right exception, I guess. I don't know how to look at it. Oh, July 17th. Okay, yeah, that's the right one. Alright. This is funny. I've joked about it, I think, several times. I think because of that, I'll keep Wallace. Let's see how things go. Barkley does get to be number 34, although no, that is a retired number in Indiana. I don't know why it's not on here, but Mel Daniels was number 34. He can't be 32. What was his Team USA number? What was it? Charles, was it 10? Is he number 10? Team USA. Oh, he's 14. 14. Well, there shouldn't be a 14 because I think that's what I had Alonzo Mourning because he was that on Team USA when he was on my team. 14 for Chuck. Oh, yeah. Isn't that fun? I don't think his shot tendency is going to be too crazy. No. 70, which is less than what Garnett's is, right? Garnett's was second on the team. All right. What I do want to make sure is that we had... I don't know who we had Ori training, but we definitely had Barkley. Or we should have Barkley training somebody. Rebounding, outside scoring, probably rebounding. Player mentors. Alright, so Barkley could help Garnett, but right now we have Dumars helping him. Not very well. He could help Wallace, but Ron Harper, he actually is helping him. Stockton's got Nash. Can he help Shaq at all? Not really. That would be too cool. Ratliff, he can kind of help him. Shaq's helping Dirk. That's probably fine. Oh my gosh. I got Elliott with Carter. Barkley help Hill at all? A little bit. That might not be a bad idea. Before Hill can not be helped by anybody. Let's do interceptor, rebound chaser. Sure. Okay, well now we have a new rotation. We are going to let Barkley not be active for this first game, which means Terrible Dirk is going to play. We've got errors going on, that's fun. Alright, so we're going to not have Dirk play as much though. And we also had Nash take a minute there. I had Shaq take a minute. Minimize Dirk's PT here. There we go. Let's just save that again because we're going to need a new one. Once we put Chuck in, we're going to pretend like he's still getting used to the playbook. Plus, he might have literally just played a game, so we're going to get through. We'll let him play the last 2 games before the All-Star break. So I think that's all I'm going to trade. There's nobody else that I really want to get rid of yet. Peyton is struggling, but, I mean, he's been a huge part of the team. Barkley's average is definitely going to go down. Dirk, we're going to just say his awfulness is because he's 20 years old. And Ben Wallace, hopefully if he gets to play a little longer, he'll shoot a little better. Here we go. No, I would not. Okay, a couple big wins. The Hawks are terrible, but we beat them by 26. Jamison with a big double-double. Ray Allen's averaging 20 for his third straight year to start his career. Stockton turns back the clock. 25 and 11. It's a little random. Shaq only played 32 minutes. That's a little scary. Dirk went 2 for 4, so that percentage went up a little bit. Ben Wallace 6 for 8. I like that. Let's see if it happened in 2 games. The Wizards are not great. Beat them by 22. Shaq, holy moly, 39 and 13. Hill and Kobe with great games. Dirk 2 for 4 again. Wallace at least shooting 40%. That's a little more respectable. So Dirk goes up to 29% now with his back-to-back 2 for 4 games. And Wallace over 40% now. Okay. T-Mac got 26. I think that's what he did against me before. All right. Now we get Barkley in for Dirk. He's not going to start yet. Unless he started like every game in his career. Then I'm going to let him start. Let's go find out. He's missed 1 game in his rookie season. So he's going to start. Although he won't play a whole lot. So Barkley and then Wallace is the backup. So let's get those guys where they need to be. I think Ratliff's still going to play more than Wallace. We'll get Chuck in when Shaq is not. So more or less playing more like the KG rotation. Barkley. Whoops. That should be Barkley, is what I said. Wallace. And play Wallace. Wallace. $28 sounds reasonable. Maybe not yet. 27. Alright, so we got 21 for Wallace. Oh no, we took way too many away from Ratliff. It's only 12. Do 2 here. Actually, 3. Let's do 17, 16. Neither one has been outstanding. They're very similar players. Just like that. Alrighty. Now we go ahead and get hopefully a big victory over the Knicks. The Wolves aren't very good either, so come on, guys. Come on, Chuck. There's a win. Oh, don't really want to scout the fake people till I have to. Let's go by position and see if I'm missing anybody. They're only 4 point guards. Perhaps. Oh, no. Milt Palacio. Got Buford. Raja Bell. Seems like we might have already gotten all the real people. Might as well get Johansson. Herman Paxson. Doesn't really matter. Alright, 12-point win over Minnesota. Grant Hill leads the way. Barkley's first game as a Pacer. 8 points, 10 boards, 3 assists, a block, made a 3. Only 3 for 9 shooting, but that's alright. Good start. Welcome to the team. Nash gets 10 assists. Wallace did pretty well. Ratliff didn't get a block. Only 4 boards. Page 33 points. Hopefully he's in the most improved running. I want to go check that out here in a minute. And then 26 over the Knicks. So that's where we took Barkley from, who was their leading, or one of their leading scorers. Ronnie Rogers is going to score even more now. Big Shot is probably starting for them. Looks like it. Not shooting any better than he was before, but they've probably only played 2 games too. Barkley's revenge game, if you want to call it that, 10, 10, and 5. I mean, he was only with New York for a year and a half, so see if his jersey gets retired in Washington when he calls it a career. Stockton with a nice game. Alright, let's go check things out. There were a couple more trades. So Rozier for Divac. That's interesting. I don't know why the Grizzlies are doing that. And Anthony Mason for PJ Brown. So the Heat did not get rid of a scorer. They traded a non-scorer for another non-scorer. Got nobody out for season. We got Garnett in 2 to 4 months left. Shaq is now in front of Weber. Garrett Payton's in 5th, even though he's doing much, much worse. Per 36, he's actually better. And he's super, super happy. Huh. All-Star Weekend was a career highlight. Does that mean he made the All-Star team? I guess he was he 3rd in guards? Okay. I was thinking of Stockton and Kobe down at the bottom. Weber, Duncan, Kidd in the middle. Oliver Candy's hurt, so his chance of Rookie of the Year not happening. I really hope Kobe gets this. It'd be really, really cool. He doesn't have, I mean, he has 2 championships, but nothing else so far. It'll be his first accolade. Shaq's 2nd defensive player. Most improved. Derek Fisher's in here. I don't see Peja for some reason. Season awards. Last time we looked was here. I don't remember. So Shaq got another one. Iverson gets his first of the year. Player of the month, we already saw. Alright, participants. We got Shaq starting. Peyton off the bench. Grant Hill did make it. So we got 3 Pacers. Michael Jordan barely makes it. He's now averaging 18.2. In the West, Kenny Anderson will not be playing. Probably replaced by Iverson. Which means another guard will be moving on up. Reggie makes it. Average has gone down to 17. Dunk contest, McGrady, Kobe, Carter, and Antonio McDyess. Well, the top 3 are pretty cool. I'm not so sure about McDyess, but the fact that his dunking's 96 and 91, I guess, easy call on why he should be in it. No Pacers in the 3-point contest, but pretty good sharpshooters there. Mark Price shooting 52%. Oh my. In the Young Guns game, Vince Carter looks like he's starting. Birdman's in here. Oh yeah. Got Timmy Duncan. Alright. There's nobody left for this now, right? Because we already took care of Shaq. I haven't looked at my what does this look like? So position-wise, Stockton's about to be a free agent. Don't know why we can't re-sign him. Peyton's getting lots of money. Nash and Kobe are going into their last years on their rookie contract. We got Hill locked up. Carter just got drafted. Elliott and Barkley. We'll see how Barkley does. If he doesn't do well, we might put him on the move in the offseason. Elliott was kind of a trade contract already. He was more just in case there was an injury. Dirk's on his rookie deal. Shaq we just locked up for 3 more years in addition to next year. Ratliff could be gone. He'll be restricted. And we got Walls for another year. So looks pretty good to me. Scouting wise, Pacers still have 6 of the top 10. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Standings we haven't looked at all. In the whole league, we're 6 games up on the Heat. The Spurs are right behind them. Worst team is the Magic, 9-34. Here we go on the team. Kobe's right between Peyton and Hill, scoring-wise. It looks like, I'm playing Barkley about what he was on the Knicks. So he probably doesn't even need to play that much. But we'll see how he does. We will see how he does. Ron Harper, Elliott, and Dumars have not checked into a game yet. We're hoping Dirk does not need to play in a game anymore. If we're locked up the East, then he can play at the end of the season when it doesn't matter. He just get some practice out on the court. But field goals per game. Shaq's only shooting 1 more time than Peyton. 3-point percentage. Grant Hill's not shooting them because he's not very good at them, but he's made, I'm guessing, 1 for 2 or something like that. Stockton and Nash are amazing. Kobe's amazing. Peyton's shooting the most, right in front of Barkley. What in the world? Alright, just do a quick look at the league leaders, and then we'll call it a day. Iverson right ahead of Duncan, Big Dog, Weber. Shaq is in 5th. Who's playing the most? Duncan's playing 39 minutes a game. Wow. Shaq's probably my highest. 11th. Rebounds, we got Shaq in 6th. Weber and Duncan tied at the top with 14.5. Assists, Kidd leads Kenny. Stockton's in 4th. Peyton's in 9th. Magic Johnson in 6th. He is finally calling it a career after 20 years. He will be done. Hopefully he can shoot 35% this year. Steals, Peyton is 4th. Behind Pippen, Pierce, and Kidd. Blocks, Shaq is 3rd. Behind Mourning and Duncan. Turnovers, Peyton is 5th. Kidd leading by a lot. Purvis Ellison fouls a whole bunch. Field goal percentage, Shaq leads the way. Big Dog. Aaron McKee is random. Mighty Mouse for some reason in there. Who's that? Grant Hill, 10th. Shots, we got Karl Malone up there with David Robinson. We got Keith Van Horn. Chris Mullen is deadly from downtown. His first year outside of San Antonio. Stockton's 3rd. That's fun. Attempted, we probably don't have anybody near the top there, but Peja is going crazy. Free throw percentage, BJ doesn't miss. Attempts, Shaq's probably at the top. Kobe is right in front of Corliss Williamson, who's in the top 10. Baker, Shaq's second behind Weber. Wow. Neither of them are any good at them. Alright, well that's where we will... Oh, no, let me go ahead and get through these. So, Rising Stars. I think I usually simulate these before we pause. Did Vince's team win? No, they didn't. They lost by 6. Vince 4 for 9. Had some good stats. MVP, I'm guessing, goes to Keith Van Horn with his 24 and 10. We have a 50% chance of winning the slam dunk contest, and we did. Vince Carter wins the dunk contest. 3D Dennis Scott wins the three-pointers, the three-point contest, and we got 3 All-Stars, and we lost by 16 to the West. MVP goes to Iverson. I don't know. Is 18 and 9 better than 19 and 6? Probably. 6 turnovers isn't great, though. Kind of a sad all-star game. Shaq did have 19, 5 and 5. Peyton 9 and 3. Hill 8 and 3. Only shot one shot. Did John Starks end up making it? I don't see him, so no. Okay, and now we will... Okay, just kidding. I'm going to go through this day, February 1st, so I can look at the awards for the month. Kidd and Duncan, LaFrance and Bibby. Alright, well, that was worth it, right? Alright, well, we will pick up and see where this 37 and 5 season goes. We'll finish the 98-99 season soon. Hopefully much quicker than it took me to get back to this video. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying. Until next time, Shaq Redemption's out.